Hi, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Tuesday, January 12th. Another slow news day, but we'll get a chance to watch the President of the United States tonight on national television for the State of the Union address. I doubt he's going to have much luck persuading the Republican Congress about much of what he'd like to do, but he's going to reach out to the American people on some issues that are important to him in his last year in office. Those would include gun control and immigration reform, things that the Republicans in Congress tend not to see eye to eye with him on. For that matter, Republicans in Arkansas don't much either. It's a good day to look at something Ernest Dumas has written in his column for the Arkansas Times this week, and it's about the economy, which is normally viewed as the bellwether for presidential elections. When you look back at what President Obama has accomplished, it's really not too bad. Job creation numbers are particularly very good. Of course, we'll hear Republican candidates for president depict that in an entirely different way when they get the chance, probably beginning Thursday night with the next televised debate. There'll be 7 candidates in this debate, the smallest number yet. They will not include Mike Huckabee, the former Arkansas governor, continues to be relegated to the kiddie table because of low poll numbers. He's still hoping for an Iowa miracle. The final holdout has given up on fighting a diamond pipeline fuel route through Arkansas, and that case is going to be settled and the pipeline will be built. Pipelines tend to have the edge in court, and the final holdout has given up. There are going to be some public hearings on this route, even though they're not required, but some local people who are concerned about it are going to still have them. Governor Asa Hutchinson has made it clear that he's not going to coddle welfare people. Arkansas's unemployment rate has dropped. That means we no longer qualify for a waiver from the provision in the federal law that says able-bodied people must either work or register for work training programs or do volunteer work to get food stamps. This is 18 to 49-year-old people who don't have children. The governor could have chosen to exercise a waiver from that requirement in counties with an extraordinarily high unemployment rate. Something like 18 Arkansas counties have unemployment rates that are 20% higher than the national unemployment rate. But he says he doesn't think waiver's a good idea. He thinks making people work will put them back to work. This is a hard row to hoe in some of these counties where the unemployment rate reaches 8%. There are not many jobs, not many job training programs, and not many governments really that have a lot of work that they can arrange for people to do on a volunteer basis. But that's the Republican way, and the Republican legislators who heard about this program yesterday seem to be pretty happy about it. They really don't like food stamps at all, even for those who still qualify. Dennis Milligan, the state treasurer, he promised as a Republican to bring good operations to the state and to have a lawful operation, finds himself beset by attorney's fees from lawsuits over his treatment of employees and some questionable ethics dealings within his office. He's asked the legislature for now $70,000 in transfer of cash in his office budget from capital to professional fees to pay lawyers. The legislature today, in a committee dominated by Republicans, I should say, held up this request for a month. They're not entirely happy with everything that's gone on in Dennis Milligan's office. For your reading pleasure, take a look at arkansasblog.com. We've posted an interesting article developed on a volunteer basis by a Little Rock architecture firm about the Interstate 30 project through Little Rock. They've come up with a plan that not only doesn't call for widening the freeway through Little Rock, it calls for doing away with the freeway entirely and replacing it with a grade level boulevard with more green space around intersections with traffic lights, move traffic that has to move fast around the outskirts of the city. It's a great idea. The State Highway and Transportation Department isn't likely to give it much time, but it does show there are different ways of doing things than the way the Highway Department has always wanted to do them. Today in Pulaski County, the murder trial began for Aaron Lewis, who's accused of killing real estate agent Beverly Carter. The jury selection was almost completed as I filmed this. He's being held under very tight security. He's an erratic character, and there are many outbursts that could be possible before this trial is over. And finally, rush to your favorite liquor store, convenience store. That Powerball jackpot looks like it might be a shot at a clear $1 billion before the drawing Wednesday night. I know I'm going to spend mine. How about you? I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.